Let's debate this for a second. That is a bunch of garbage, and we all know it.
I don't care if they have a damn conga line in the end zone.
You could have called that from the last row with 8 beers in you.
It's gotten to be too much of a love-in for me.
Now I hope somebody hits somebody. Of WFN and simulcast across the country via Fox Sports 1. This is Mike Zahn, Francesor on the Fan on this Tuesday, the second day of the month of December. A day away from when the holiday season begins in full in New York, as they will obviously, light the tree, and away we go. So we are just a day away from that, and we're one day closer to the NFL playoffs, and one day closer to the end of this very long, very tough football season in New York. I'm sure already you've heard people make a lot of different statements about the Jet game last night. Here's my take. I thought the Jets tried to win the game. I thought that the coaching staff tried to win the game. I thought they were actually imaginative in doing it. I thought they came up with actually a very imaginative game plan. I thought they dusted off a lot of stuff in the running game, from reverses to all kinds of different looks of all different kinds of shapes and sizes, backfields. I thought they could run the ball on the Dolphins. That was the only way they could protect their quarterback from taking a beating last night. When he did drop back to pass, he had trouble. As a matter of fact, I would have called one more run than they did. I would not have passed the ball on third down and had him be sacked out of field goal range. I thought that was a big mistake. I would have run the ball. I thought that was the order of the day. When he did throw it late, he didn't throw it well. When he did have Harvin open in the left corner early in the game, he didn't throw it well. So we know he didn't throw the ball last night. The idea that they tried to play without a quarterback last night is one of the dumber things I've heard said. They tried to win the game, and I didn't think they went about it in a bad way. And I thought they actually almost beat a better team. So I didn't think it was a bad night all the way around. They lost. It's frustrating. They find ways to lose, which is what bad teams do, which is what the Giants and Jets are this year. They're bad teams. So what they do is they find ways to lose, and they continue to find ways to lose, whether it's have the field goal kickers the field goal kicker is usually very good and not be good, or just make a big mistake or not catch an interception that's right in your hands, which went on again last night, or just not make the right play when it has to be made. And that's the difference between being, 2-10 and having a winning record. And that's the difference between being, a 20-13 winner or a 16-13 loser. And that's what the Jets were last night. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think any of the people you're watching now are going to be here next year. I don't think the quarterbacks are going to be here. I don't think the coach is going to be here. I don't think the general manager is going to be here. I think you're going to see a whole new regime. So I think all they should try to do now is what they're supposed to do, is go out and try to win the game. That's it. Play the players that you think give you the best chance to win the game. You're not evaluating talent because you're not going to be here. There isn't a lot of young talent on that offense anyway. So go out there, try to win the game as best you can, and that's what they're trying to do. So to me, they didn't do a bad job at it last night. They made it an entertaining game. Wasn't a great game, but it was entertaining. At least it was competitive. At least they didn't get embarrassed. And I know it was a tough loss. I watched Rex after the game. He was obviously, upset. They did rush the ball last night for 277 yards. So to me, they actually, did a couple things right last night. So I don't have a lot of problems with what I saw last night. I really don't. I don't have a lot of high expectations for Geno Smith. I never have. So I did not have a big problem with that. Let me get to the Giants for a second, because right now that's the more interesting situation, because we don't know what the future holds. And this is for the Giant owners. I'm going to go on the premise that these next 4 weeks are not going to be weeks that are going to sway the future of that coaching staff one way or the other. I got to figure that they know right now whether they're keeping Tom or getting rid of Tom. You're going to tell me that, how they do against Tennessee and whether the ball bounces right against St. Louis is going to be the deciding factor. If it is, it's pretty dumb. So I got to figure now they've seen enough to either make a decision, we're staying with them, we have faith, or we're making a change. And that's why I think it's important to, rather than give me the, we'll evaluate everything when Game 17's played, don't say, if you've made your decision that he's staying, say it. And if you've made the decision that he's not staying, well, then allow him to make that decision public if you want him to. And if he chooses that he doesn't want to, then you do, so that you can treat these 4 weeks and treat him over these 4 weeks with the respect that he's deserved. And people are allowed to, over these last 4 weeks, instead of making a bad team playing bad football, which is what the Giants are and what they've been now for week upon week upon week, and no one should think it's going to get better. Don't make this the referendum on his career. Don't make this analysis week to week about the failings, because his career, while the end won't have ended the way anyone would want, and endings often don't, we can then put it in the right perspective, a bad ending to what has been a great run. And let these 4 weeks take a very different tone. Give this team something to go positive on. Give this franchise something to get ready to turn the corner on, and let him be treated over these next 4 weeks the way he deserves to be treated, rather than turn this into, well, let's analyze, has Tom lost the room? Did he do anything this week? Did he make the right adjustment? Did the staff show up? Did this player show up? Are they playing for Tom? Are they not? Listen, John Mara, the Tisches, the people making the decision have spent close to 11 years with this man. They know more about him than we'll ever know. They've been with him every day. They know what the future holds right now. This decision, you're going to tell me is going to be made, what, on whether the ball bounces the right way in Tennessee? No. Or whether it bounces the right way, or whether they beat the Eagles in Week 17, an Eagle team that's probably playing for the division title, which might beat them by 30 points? No, that's not. It's. We know that. So either way, whatever your decision makers, all I'm asking you to do is to make a little different take this year. And if you've decided, hey, we're going forward with this man, because of that's what we believe in, well, then make that statement right now and take him off the griddle here. And if you've gone the other way, which a lot of us think is probably going to be the outcome here, I mean, I think it is. More and more, you're seeing people weigh in with that. You're seeing people in the league weigh in with that more and more. If that's going to be the case, then don't leave him hanging here for 4 weeks. It's not necessary. And frankly, we can turn these 4 weeks into something positive rather than something ugly. And what we're seeing right now is ugly. As soon as that's announced, if that's already done, as soon as it's announced, everything changes. The tone changes. The way Tom is regarded on every field changes. The way the team will react changes. And it'll be about remembrance and respect, and it will be about positive things rather than the negative stuff it's about right now. Tom Coughlin's done too much. He's accomplished too much. He's been too good. He's been too classy to twist in and win for 4 more weeks. And like I said, if the Giant ownership needs to see something else to make their decision, either they are completely ignoring everything they've seen and making their bet on Tom, which they have a right to do, then come out and say that now. Nothing you're going to see in these next couple of weeks is going to sway you. If it is, you're really getting bad. You're really making a really shaky decision then. What you're telling us then is you don't know what you're doing, because you can't make a decision off what you're going to see the next couple of weeks, not over a guy who's been here 11 years. So you've either seen enough over the last 30 weeks and said, you know what, it's time for it. We have to make a change, or we're ignoring what we've seen over the last 30 weeks and we are sticking with Tom because we believe in him. Either one, your call. You don't need a month to make it. And either way, he doesn't deserve the twist in the wind for the next 4 games and to be subjected to what he's been subjected to for the last couple of days. Because you know what? Even those of us who think it's over, and I do, we don't like doing this. because he's earned better than this. He deserves better than this. His 20-year career demands better than this. But only the Giants can do that. They're the only ones who can make this not be a mess for a month. And the only way they shouldn't do it, the only way they can't do it, is if they're telling me they are in the analysis stage. Analysis for what? Your plan of, your guideline of an important game in Week 17 is already out the window. The old Mara way of looking at the season is already gone. That's over with. That's not going to happen this year. It can't happen. If you're going to tell me they need to rally in the last couple of games here, they need to beat St. Louis and St. Louis for him to keep his job after 11 years and 2 Super Bowls, that's dumb. So either way, keep him and make a bold statement, or allow this to be the graceful, respectful exit that it deserves to be. Just don't have 4 weeks of what we watched last Sunday and Monday and what we'll see for this whole week. Back after this.